Hi guys, I am back to do another Divine Masculine update reading, and I'm going to be using my Russian Gypsy fortune telling cards. The first question I want to ask is, for the Divine Masculines that I'm reading for that are in karmic situations, are they going to eventually move out of that relationship and go into union with their divine feminine? Spirit guides and Russian Gypsy fortune telling cards, please tell us the truth. Please tell us the truth. Will the divine masculine move into union with the divine feminines? Please, spirit guides, tell us the truth. Will the divine masculines move into union with their divine feminines? Russian Gypsy, please tell us the truth. Please tell us the truth. I'd like to know if the divine masculines are going to move into union with the divine feminines. Please tell us the truth. Okay. All right, I have one picture. I thought I saw another one. I'm just looking for it. Where is it? Where is it? Oh, right here. It's one. Let's see where else. Am I missing any other images here? This is not a traditional tarot. It's more of like you put the cards down and it forms pictures, and you have to read out of the book like what each picture, depending on the position that it is, what it means. And I think those are all the pictures I found that match. Okay, so first we have the birds upright. Let me go ahead and see. Woo! Okay. This means joy, merriment, happiness, celebration, good times. The picture in this position refers to present circumstances or one of short duration. It could be an achievement, a promotion, a new job or apartment, or simply a reunion with good friends that makes you happy. As two birds are shown, it is a good time to spend with friends. Any social activity will run smoothly with everyone having a good time. The point is to do something special so that good times will be remembered. So that is the answer. And this for this group of twin flames, that's your answer. And I did find another one, 44, and it's the fire sideways, and my memory serves me right. It's not a very positive card, but let's read it from the book. Out of the frying pan and into the fire. I'm going to read it. You will go from the frying pan into the fire. You are in a hot position right now. It will only intensify in heat. The only way to rescue a piece of meat that slips from the frying pan into the fire is to quickly remove it from the fire. If you hesitate and leave it in, it will burn and be useless. Thus, it is with you. Whatever you are involved in is getting out of hand and should be abandoned at this time. If it is a love relationship, then it is leading to destruction and should be stopped. If it is a business venture, then it is a time to pull back and consolidate your gains rather than expand. You can always go back to the project later, as you can put the meat back in the frying pan if it is not cooked enough. At the present moment, realize that quick decisions and actions are necessary on your part to save the day. Some people enjoy intense heat and can flourish in it, but to most of us, the picture is warning of danger. Okay, obviously, I don't feel like with twin flame relationships, that would be the case. I feel like a lot, like the question I asked was, if they're in karmic situations, will they come into union with their divine feminines? Boy, I love how accurate these fucking cards are. They're in karmic relationships. And I read these very intuitive from left to right. I'm going to see if I can have you see it. Because I can't. I need a camera. I need a camera that, I don't know how to like turn the camera, but if you guys can see it, where is it? Where is the damn fire on this image? Anyways, there's a fire somewhere here. If you can see my hand, it's right there. And then you have the birds right here. Okay. So first you have the fire and then it moves into the birds. So I read it like reading a book, which means the divine masculine is going to realize that they have to abandon that karmic relationship first and then be able to come into union with you. And they are going to do that. That's fucking awesome. I love these cards. So that's basically clear. That's how clear these readings are with this deck. I love it. Now I'd like to just get in the minds. Oh God, this card. How did these cards get in here? Okay, never mind. Get into the mindset of the divine masculine. Please show us where the mind space and headset is of the divine masculine. I want to give an accurate reading on the collective divine masculine. Collective divine masculine. Give us an accurate depiction of where they're at vibrationally, energetically, in mind. Okay. I just want to see where the divine masculine is right now in the present. All right. I hate this card. Two of Pentacles. I hate it. That's the first card, okay? Hold on, you guys. Because that seems like I don't know about you guys, but my divine masculine has been in that Two of Pentacles energy for the damn longest time. Next, the Empress. Oh God, can you see that? Okay, the Empress. Next card. Who else is he juggling? See here. Next card. This damn card. These cards are so... you guys can already read it, right? Seven of Pentacles. Let's see what else comes up. Queen of Swords. Oh God. That is why I don't like to shuffle, because my ass takes forever to shuffle and these can get really long. I talk a lot and God knows I have the worst internet, so I don't know. I take a while to shuffle because I have to feel each card, so... Just has to feel right. Has to feel right. Okay. Yeah. Feel like that and that go together. A lot of this feels like old energy. Ah, motherfucker. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You guys, that's exactly, I don't know if you guys, that's exactly how my guides talk to me. Like, I love it. This flew out, and then when I flip this, they usually like, wow. 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 Go hand in hand. I'm going to put these back, but I have the Page of Cups, the Chariot, the King of Swords, and the King of Cups. Obviously, I'm not feeling like these are two different men. I feel like all of these elements in our divine masculine are, you know, coming up. Because the divine masculine, just like the divine feminine, we are every element when we're in our highest form. That's how I feel we are. We're every queen. We're not just the Queen of Cups or the Queen of, you know, Swords, or the Queen of Pentacles, or the Queen of Wands. We are everything. We embody every element when we're in our highest. Like, we are the Empress. We are at our full potential, you know? So I see a lot of kings. King of Wands popped up, King of Cups, and King of Wands. And ultimately, I feel like the divine masculines are coming in their power. Okay, I'm going to do some clarifying. Bear with me one moment. Well, ultimately, this is what I'm getting. With the Two of Pentacles, this is, again, old. I feel like it's old energy. They were juggling, you know, two people. You being the divine feminine and their karmic. And with the Seven of Pentacles, they were teeter-tottering between the divine feminine and their karmic for a very long time. I mean, a long time. And a lot of them, they were in a relationship that had a foundation already, and they were really indecisive. They were going back and weighing the pros and cons and trying to figure out how to get out. A lot of them were stuck in confusion and keeping the divine feminine in a secret relationship, you know, just there, but not really in a relationship, in and out. I'm surprised the damn, what's his name? Well, it's all past energy anyways. So with the moon, a lot of them were keeping their emotions not, they're very much inside, not expressing their emotions is what I want to say. But all of that is ending. We've got the Ten of Swords and the Seven of Wands. So a lot of their defensiveness, they're, you know, going into defense mode and having to fight, because a lot of them did, you know, they didn't know what, I think a lot of them didn't even know what they were fighting for. A lot of the time when you would approach them, they would be defensive because they didn't know what they wanted, and they were confused. A lot of them were confused. Again, with the Moon card, that also is emotional confusion, emotional, you know, what's the word I'm looking for? But a lot of them were in these two cards together, exactly that. I mean, confused and defensive because they didn't know what they wanted at the time. But that has ended. That has ended with the Ten of Swords. Again, this is all of that is old energy. Ten of Swords. And the last row we have the King of Wands with the Four of Swords. After actually taking a time out and looking and reevaluating on everything and really taking some time to think and meditate and going inward, this is what the Divine Masculine had to do to figure out what they want. They've realized who they want. They want these Two of Cups. And this is them looking into the future. I swear these cards came up. A lot of these cards came up on the previous readings. If you've looked at all those videos the previous readings I did. And I just shuffled all these cards in front of you guys. So this is what they have realized after the Four of Swords. After the Four of Swords, they've realized that they actually want true love. The meeting of the union of their Divine Masculine, the divine. Why is it that people, I don't know why I can't talk, I get tongue tied. Anyways, they want the Two of Cups. They've made a decision. You see how like he's got his back on one of the wands and he has the world in his hand and he's looking and this is like what I get. Oh, that glare. What I get out of this card is that the Divine Masculine has already come to full realization what they want. They don't want to be in the karmic relationship where it's not true love. You know, they want the world, and the world is with their Divine Feminine. You know, the wand over there, they already know that's not the world. They've turned their back. They've turned backs, you know, like the swords are on their back. Who wants to be in this? Like it's on your back, right? It's all like an analogy, but the swords are on their back. They're not going to turn towards the swords and embrace it. You know what I mean? No one's going to get up from this and embrace it. They're turning their back on what they know that no longer serves them. And unfortunately, you know, karmic relationships are karmic relationships. You know, a lot of us are in twin flame relationships. The karmic relationships are there to help us learn. You know, and a lot of them are very toxic with the Ten of Swords. So that is them realizing it is over and turning around and making a decision that they do want this union with the Divine Feminine. That's what they want. I really don't need to clarify, but I do want to know. Spirit guides, please clarify the Two of Cups. That's like it's a really good card. I know most people clarify like more on the negative cards, but I want to clarify on the union. Like, tell us more, Spirit guides, please. On the Two of Cups. Tell us more on the Two of Cups, please, Spirit guides. Two of Cups. Two of Cups, Spirit guides. Clarify the Two of Cups, please. All right, this one. Okay. Clarify. Okay. Two of Cups. Yep. Okay. So it's basically clarifying the Hermit, Two of Swords, and Page of Wands. It's the same thing. It's nothing that we don't already know in this spread. They go into Hermit mode, which I felt the Hermit when I said the Four of Swords. They're going into Hermit mode because they didn't know what they wanted with the Two of Swords, and they know they need to make a decision. And they've chosen to come out of Hermit mode, out of the Four of Swords mode, and they're ready to choose union. So that's them reaching out. Here it is. It's with the Page of Wands, it's more of like a passionate message. So they're going to follow their passion and make that decision to reach out. I think that's beautiful. That's beautiful. All right, so I also want to go into the Tarot of Sexual Magic, and if you guys don't like these cards, then you can just click out. But I'm just gonna do a little quick spread here. Can you please, Spirit guides, show us where the Divine Masculine is in its headspace, the collective Divine Masculine. Show us where the Divine Masculine is in his headspace with the Divine Feminine. We want to know what the Divine Masculines think of us. Divine Masculines, what are you thinking? What are you thinking about the Divine Feminine? Show us your cards. Wow, no cards are coming out. Very secretive. They are not wanting to open. Okay, this one wants to come out. Okay. This one. Oh. Now 2 cards came out. I'm going to take those. All right. This one. Oh. This one. Yep. This. Oh, there are 2. Nope. Five more cards, please, Spirit guides. 5 more cards. Okay. A lot of these are similar cards again. 2 more cards. Yep. This one. And 1 more. Yeah, this one. Okay. Okay, at the bottom of the card I have the Queen of Pentacles. And this is actually how I feel a lot of the Divine Feminines are right now. We're kind of like just focused on ourselves. You see how she's just looking in the mirror and the Divine Masculine is underneath her trying to get her attention. A lot of us are really just focused on our well-being. We're in our own power. We're trying to become more stable with the Queen of Cups, working on our finances, working on ourselves, just focused on us. And the Divine Masculine is feeling, I feel like with this guy on the bottom, he knows he's losing his grasp. So he's like trying to hold on as much as he can, but she's not focused. She's focused on herself. Which that's what this reading really screams. Like, here's the first card. We have the 6 of Wands, being that our Divine Masculine see us, whether you are in contact or not. Like, for example, I feel like my Divine Masculine must have some damn superhuman powers. Like, he must have remote viewing capabilities, you know, where he can see me and feel. I feel like he can feel, hear, see, smell, sense everything I'm going through. I feel like he can tap into it. And whether it's like through like, because my divine masculine, he knows a lot of people. So I don't know if he's able to tap into me by technology, or if it's through remote viewing with his superhuman powers. I don't know. Or maybe both. But this is a divine masculine, watching us and like really desiring the divine feminine. There they are. Followed by, this is the 8 of chalices. Oops, sorry. 8 of chalices or 8 of cups. So this card came up on the other spread I did. That's the divine masculine, knowing that we are just not in the same energy like we were before, where we were sitting there waiting and willing. They're trying to hold on for, what's left in our relationship. They're trying to hold on, and we're trying to kind of like dance away. Like, they look like they're dancing, but it's kind of like, that's exactly it. I don't know if you guys ever been in a situation where you're out in the club dancing with someone you just met at the club, and you're really not feeling them, but you got on the dance floor just to kind of appease them, but you really want to get off the dance floor because you're not into them. And the person's like, no, dance with me. Don't go yet. That's just how I feel. That's so funny. I've been there a lot, so I don't know. I'm sure you guys know what I'm talking about. And then next to that, we have the 6 of Swords. So already we have 2 6s. That might mean something to you guys. Balance. I think for me, the number 6 represents balance. And oh, is it a 6? Yeah, that's a 6. 6 of Swords. So here we have the divine masculine wanting again. There's a lot. The first row it's a very masculine driven, right? Cards. You see that he's got his hands all over, like, I say us. Look, you guys, like I don't know, like, I see his hands a lot in the first row. His hands here, arms, like, there's a lot of focus on, for me, that's what I'm seeing. They're showing me a more focus on his arms. Like, he wants to do something. His hands. I feel like the divine masculine is really wanting to manifest reaching out. A 6 of Swords traditionally, although this isn't a traditional tarot deck, is moving towards something. So moving, whether that's moving on, but 6 of Swords in this deck, I feel like he's wanting to approach the divine feminine, because he doesn't want her to leave with the 8 of chalices. Second row, I have, this is the Knight of Pentacles, and this is one of the cards that came up on the other spread. Very, very strongly, that's what I'm getting, that the divine masculine wants to come up and, like, really, again, right after the 6 of Swords, this is clarifying that he wants to come in and offer. Maybe not start off quick, because I feel like he doesn't even know how to even start. That's a dilemma I feel like a lot of the divine masculines are having to figure out right now. How do I come towards the divine feminine when it's been a long time? A lot of us have not been in any communication with our divine masculines for years, months. A lot of time, a lot of events in our lives have taken place. I, for one, have moved. I'm not in the same city. So we're not in communication. I'm not even in the same county. I'm like an hour, 2 hours, I don't even know, away. I don't even really know, like, if he's in the same city he was at the last time I spoke with him. I don't know where he lives. I don't know any specifics about his life. I don't. So they don't know how to reach out to us, even if they want to. And a lot of them are trying to figure that out. But they do know one thing. They do know they want to reach out and offer something to, like, how you want to kind of like start something small, but make it significant at the same time. If you guys understand what I mean. Like, It's small, but it's what's the word I'm trying to think of? It's small but meaningful. You know what I mean? Like making a meaningful connection with someone. It's not just something random. It's something meaningful. Like to them, and it could be something very specific to you guys. Like this apple could be like, what I'm getting from this is maybe there's something that they share with you that no one else does, and it's very personal between the two of you, and they know that they have to like make a move, and it's going to have to be significant and they don't want to scare you away. Like they don't want to come up and be like, hi, I love you very, very much, and this, I know it's been like years, but let's get married. Like they're not going to come off strong. He's like, his demeanor is very calm. If you look at him, it's like calm, but yet he's got her attention. It's like meaningful. So if you can capture that from this image, you know, if you can feel that, it's very deep. And then next to it is the King of Wands. I'm getting from here, they know what we've been going through. Telepathic communication between us has shown them a lot. They know that we as divine feminines have gone through shit, through hell and back with them. This journey has been hard for us, and they know it. And they know that when they come, you know, after they come, they're going to have to be our, like, I already know. I'm so emotional. I'm an emotional water sign. If and when I see my divine masculine, I already know it's going to be waterworks, because one, I have not seen him in such a long time that even seeing him afar would bring out I'm already just getting emotional thinking about that right now. Just seeing my divine masculine is gonna bring up a lot of emotions, a lot of fucking emotions. I just know I'm going to be like happy, emotional, mad, like everything's gonna come up. Like, I knew you would come. What the fuck took so long? You know, like those feelings. I know you guys know what I'm talking about. It's like, I knew you would come. I knew this day would come. I'm so happy. I love you. I love you. What the fuck took so long is the next step. Like, even though we already know what the answer is, duh, I had to go through the whole, you know, journey just like you did. You know, we all know that, but deep down inside, it's like kind of hard. And next to what we have, the Wheel, and that's, oh God, you see how, like, I'm getting a lot of messages with this card. I'm getting, once we have that initial meeting, everything, because you guys know, once you have that initial meeting with your divine, it is going to unlock a lot of things. I just feel that. I feel that intuitively, that once because our relationships with our divine masculine isn't all for nothing. Once we come into that meeting, we're going to unlock a lot. And I feel like the divine masculine is ready. They may not have been ready before. In the past, they have been very closed off. Four of Pentacles, very just not sharing their emotions. But this is a different meeting where he's actually receptive. You know, he's now ready to embrace us and allow us to really express our deep down emotions so that he can also respond and explain himself, you know. And the Wheel being, it's time. It is a good time. Now things are actually turning into the favor of the divine feminine and masculine relationship, the twin flame relationship that it's meant to be. And this particular card for the divine masculine, I feel like there's so many women. You see all the women in this card itself clarifies a lot of the divine masculines had a lot of other options. And now it's over. they're done. They've decided and they know exactly who to go with. That's the end of foolishness, the end of confusion, the end of karmics, the end of who to choose from and what they know. They know what they want. And I have so much I want to share. Let me just go through this card because I'm getting a lot. They know what they want. And in this row by itself, once you guys come towards that meeting, it unlocks a lot that has not, there has been, the problem here is there has been a lot that has not been said between us. And that's what really sucks. Telepathically, we are in contact with them, but there still is a lot that has to be said. There's so much that has to be said that hasn't been said. A lot of us kind of like left there's like a lot of unfinished business between the divine masculines and feminines. Once we come in contact, it actually closes that chapter and allows us to move into the new one, because we will be able to express each other openly. It's just time. I feel like it's actually coming, you guys. I was listening to what was the song? I just heard it. No, it just intuitively came to me. I heard, what's that song? I feel it coming, by The Weeknd. I feel it coming. That song just kept coming up. I don't know why. And I was just feeling, it just feels like it's time, you guys. I don't know who it's for. If it's you, that's awesome. Congratulations. I feel like big shifts are actually happening for us divine feminines, for the better. This is great. Now we have, after, on the last row, we have 9 of Swords. And the 9 of Swords, again, this is great, because after that you have the 9 of Swords, the Knight of Wands. This is all very passionate, you guys. The 3 of Cups, the 4 of Wands. Couldn't end the reading any other way, but we've got the Twin Flame card at the end, you guys. So basically, after the Wheel, and again, I already told you guys, it's beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I love how it ends, you guys. After this meeting, it's about to go down, y'all. I've thought about it 1,000 times in my head. It's like I've made love to my divine masculine so many times in my head. Like, not to get too explicit, but I have in my head, I have blown this man's mind like 1,000 times. Like, I love the fuck out of my divine masculine. I mean, to the point where I feel like if I did see him, I'd have to restrain myself. Like, but this is exactly what will happen, y'all, after meeting, after going through it. This is a very, come on, it's a tarot sexual magic, so it's not holding back it's not going to hold back. Again, it's going to end up here. This is where our union, oh, lovely, lovely. If only it could be like yesterday already, right? I know all of us are like, when is it happening? It's happening. But this is exactly what will happen. Do you see how passionate every card is? Every card is passionate. Like, between the divine masculine and divine feminine, there's just nothing holding us back after this meeting. It's like we're just going to spill the beans between the two of us and go forth. I just think, how awesome. How awesome. So that's the reading with the tarot of sexual magic. That's exactly how I see it coming. I mean, it's awesome. I love it. No, what I wanted to say was, I feel like a lot of us are we're very much, what I wanted to share is a lot of us are as divine feminines, I don't know about you guys, but I wanted to do this as a separate video, but I guess I'll just kind of touch on it now because of the reading. And I feel like a lot of us have actually come into recent major epiphanies, okay? I, for one, recently did. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of the show Once Upon a Time. I know it's old. It's been around there's like 7 seasons now on Netflix. If you guys have Netflix, check it out. But I was divinely guided to watch it. And I realized a lot actually resonated with me with one of the characters in the show. So much so that I went online to research. There's so much that we have in common between my name, when I was born, the person, my divine masculine, when he was born. Do you guys hear the birds? There's just so much. I can't go into too much detail, but I would like for you guys to check it out if you haven't, and see how much of you resonates with any of the characters in there, because I honestly feel, and I'm not the only one, I mean, I've heard other YouTubers actually brought it up, like and Your Angelic Guidance 333, she actually posted a video that resonated with me, and because she mentioned, or not mentioned, but one of like the pictures on the YouTube video looked like had one of the characters there, and it resonated completely with me, which is one of the reasons why I looked into this too. But it really made me realize a lot of who I am, and I remember now who I was in a past life, and I feel like a lot of that might resonate with you guys. Watch it, see if it resonates. I feel like part of our journey is remembering who we were. Okay, remembering who you were in a past life and what you're meant to do in this life has a lot to do with our mission. And I recently shared it with my divine masculine. I told him what I had realized and what I had noticed, and I think that part of the divine masculine's journey is also realizing, awakening to who he really is. And realizing who he is going to make him make changes in his life. Because a lot of them are in an illusion. They're still, when we were too. Remember when we were still like living an illusion? We were just kind of like, we didn't know a lot of us still don't know who we are. But we are amazing, you guys. We were people in other lives that did amazing things. A lot of us don't even realize that a lot of these stories that we hear about are about us. They're not just fairy tales. Do some of the research online. These fairy tales, some of them are based on actual people. And when you realize that these people actually existed and they have a lot in common with you, when you read the biographies, you're going to be blown away. And not just biographies on you, but when you do the research on the whoever their counterpart was in that fairy tale, and you do research and realize that their Prince Charming, their prince in that story actually has a lot that resonates with your divine masculine, it's kind of freaky. I mean, like, that's exactly what happened to me. I went in and did research, realized that this damn story wasn't just a fairy tale, it was based on a person. And when I looked up her life and realized that the king was actually a real person, and I looked up his information, and dude, I found a picture of this guy, and it looks just like my divine masculine today. That's how scary. Okay. How scary it is. Like, seriously, it's not like, he kind of looks like him. No, he looks just like him. Like, it's creepy, you guys. That's why I'm saying a lot of us are having to remember who we are before a lot of things are going to happen. But you know what, a lot of us are going to have wonderful things happen in the meantime. Like, I just feel like a lot of us are meant for greatness, is what I'm saying. We are meant for greatness. We're here to leave our mark and here to make a difference in the world. We're here to help one another. We're here for a lot. Like, that is why we have stories from lives that we lived in before. You know, we're big. We're big, you guys. So be proud of that and do some research, because that's part of the journey. That's part of the journey. I did a past life regression. I'm just gonna have to do another video on that. But that's all I'm gonna share for now. I hope the reading resonated and helped you guys. And have a great day. Bye.